Boom, 5150. Trevor Hunt.
Hello. Hi. Hi, Jimmy.
You just became a father.
I did.
You just had a baby boy.
I did.
How do you feel?
Great. Actually, a little bit tired. Yesterday was my first show as a father, and like by the time we got on, I had been up for 27 hours straight and had driven us all the way to San Diego. So it was a little, it was interesting. I was like, okay, well, this is what it's going to be like from now on, so I better get accustomed to this.
How do you like the transition?
It's lovely. He's adorable and all those things, and I've already been putting, like, when he wakes up in the morning, I put, like, Ozzy Osbourne, like, and I sing it to him. I go, son, this is Ozzy.
What song do you play for yourself?
Crazy Train.
Yeah, that's a good one.
I mean, that's the first one I ever heard, and I was like, it's one of those ones, you know, because the intro riff, and then the I, and all that shit. I love it.
Does this bring back memory? We'll get to Hunt and what they're up to, but real quick, does it bring back memories when your dad was touring? You were a child?
Not as much. Not as much. My dad was way more into different stuff than what I'm into. He's more, you know, he likes like the oldies. So like when I was growing up, we were listening to Zombies, The Four Seasons, The Beatles.
That's some good shit.
Rolling Stones. Yeah, no, it's all good stuff. So he wasn't really into Ozzy. Ozzy was, I found through somebody else's collection, my cousin's collection. So I found all the good heavy metal that I really liked through that. My dad's metal collection was more classic rock. So it wasn't, you know, like there was some good gems in there that I found later, like Blue Oyster Cults and stuff. Not Blue Oyster Cult, Tyranny and Mutation. When I put it on, I was like, oh my God, who is this? I was like, this is great. And you know, that kind of made me realize my dad did have good taste in music, because I was kind of getting a little burned out on the Beatles a little bit, even though I love the Beatles. Who doesn't?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How is this new transition in your life affecting you in Hunt?
Not even at all, because we have a new album coming out in January.
Talk to me about that.
Just finished it just this last week. It's called Mind Freeze. It's 9 songs. We're going to be kicking it off next year. We got a couple big tours that we get to announce probably in January. We got like a music video. It's going to be the first Haunt music video in, I think, like September, October. That will drop. Trying to get into some new stuff that, you know, I kind of left off with Beastmaker, you know, because like we had started to do some music videos with like our Inside the Skull record, and then we kind of just, everything got put on hold because of Haunt. And, you know, I was like, well, we need to try to make a music video. So we're attempting to kind of get to where we were, you know, like me and John, like as in where we were at with Beastmaker. We're trying to get there with Haunt now.
Now, when you're writing music for Hunt, how do you decipher? First of all, let me backtrack. What is the status of Beastmaker? Are you still planning on
Hiatus.
For now?
Long hiatus.
Why is that?
Well, I mean, we're older, and it's a lot harder to. I don't really want to practice 4 times a week, to be honest with you. I really like to like write and record and create, and 4 days a week of practice just really cuts into that more than I'd like.
Yeah.
And I think we all kind of came to agreement that we'd kind of traveled and done as much as we could really do. Musically, and you know, I'm not saying that we are done, because I'm kind of writing some songs for it now, and we kind of came out with this like EP. It was more or less just me and Andy on it, but we came out with an EP of a little bit different style, came with a different logo. It's called Eye of the Storm, and we, you know, it got really well received, so it was like, well, let's see what happens with Haunt. And since like I'm so far ahead with the music for Haunt right now, it gives me a little time to go back. But I have another new band though too now.
Wow.
That I haven't got to. I've been talking about it. It's half Haunt and half Hellfire, and it's fiery. it's real good. So I don't know what's gonna happen.
Well, right now let's focus on Haunt. I've noticed that you've been very, very creatively energized by this project, Haunt.
Yeah.
You've been writing, you've been touring, you've been playing a lot of music.
Yeah.
This new album, how would you describe it? In the same...
For me, it's like the most stylistic record because now, like, I always wanted to be able to create an album that had a very, like, a roller coaster flow from, you know, just different tempos, different elements. I've incorporated synth into this record.
Oh, wow.
A lot of stuff, and more like this album has some of the fastest stuff we've ever done as well. So I mean, it's really all over the place, and that's what I really was trying to achieve. And I feel like now that that's there, it's really great because now instead of just having a couple styles, we got 4 or 5 different things that we're able to play with. And the song Mind Freeze that ended up being the title track for the album was originally a Beastmaker song.
Wow.
But we were like, we can't do that because it's never going to get heard because we're not playing live, and we wanted to. And that really actually bridged a new gap for what Haunt was doing, to be able to bring in some elements that were a little bit more Aussie influenced.
Do you find yourself that with Beastmaker you were kind of shackled, but with Haunt you're more versatile creatively?
Absolutely.
Do you enjoy that more?
Way more.
Do you find it interesting of where you're going direction-wise?
Yeah.
It's like a new discovery every time.
I get to just, you know, I have a rule with Haunt. There's no songs that, there's no like style of song that is left behind. I try to, like when I write them, is I try to finish all of the songs, even if it's something that I'm like, does this really fit? I just throw it in there. I go, we don't know what people are gonna like. People are really, you know, they are so, what's the word?
Dicks?
No. People have so many different outlets of stuff that they like, and I wanted to kind of like tap into all of it, you know, because it's like, well, yeah, you could listen to, you know, Beastmaker, and you're gonna get that old school doom, right? But you're not gonna get anything else. And with Haunt, I feel like you're gonna be able to get a little bit of the, you know, old school metal, maybe even into some, you know, like classic rock stuff. It just everything that I love about music and styles of music, I try to let Haunt portray that. I could
almost imagine that since creatively you're versatile and re-energizing yourself with the different directions that you're going, I could imagine that when you play these songs on stage, that it also has that hypnotic effect, no?
Yeah, I mean, it's still very early. Like we've barely been playing live a little bit over a year and like 4 or 5 months or so. Our debut full-length Burst into Flame just turned 1 year just like 3 days ago. So I feel like we're in a very like infancy stage as far as everything goes. Like, again, you know, it's hard for me to say that this is it, you know what I mean? Like, because there's going to be more projects that I'm involved in. The studio has evolved. I have like bands coming in. I'm doing so much more for like the heavy metal community than I was before, because now I'm able to, like, you know, I think I've generated enough, like, I guess clout. I don't really, I'm going to use that word loosely, to have more bands trust in me to record them. And you know, and it's hard for starting bands. Like I got like, somebody helped me, and I felt like, you know, since I have this space and like I find these bands like Fortress, we're doing a split with those guys. They're from here, and I had them come up to Fresno, and we recorded a great song, and we're gonna put it out on my label, and hopefully like get them started and help them. You know, every band, you know, I feel you need somebody to believe in you to help you move forward.
Yeah.
Because if you don't have like people,
everybody
like,
needs a chance.
Everybody needs to be held up a little bit and go, you're doing a good job. You know, it helps everything, because you could question yourself constantly. I'm constantly questioning myself when I'm doing the Haunt record. You know, like a lot of people would say mixing and mastering your own record, like, no, let somebody else do it. And I'm like, you know what? I like to do it because I'm way more picky about things, and I want to learn how to do it. Yeah. So if I give it to somebody else, how am I going to learn anything? Yeah. Better make all the mistakes on my own shit than somebody else's. And they're like, yeah, Trevor, he's not that good.
And who